notizie tratte dal bollettino 4:25 di X-News e dal sito November Golf 3 Kilo.
This is the voice of Turkey. This is the voice of Turkey's English language transmission, broadcasting from Ankara in the 49-meter band between 1930 and 2030 meters.
The voice of Turkey.
Thank you for joining us today. Swadikap. Radio Thailand's news, broadcast from the Public Relations Department of the Royal Thai Government.
This is the voice of Turkey. This is the voice of Turkey's English language transmission, broadcasting from Ankara in the 49-meter band between 1930 and 2030 UTC on 6050 kHz.
Ist seit mehr als 10 Jahren eine ständige Präsenz der Underground-Musik in Rumänien. Wir schlagen Ihnen zunächst den Song Synchro Destin vor, der einen großen Erfolg feiert.
There's more from us on Twitter at Feature Story. And that is the latest Feature Story news. Simon Marks reporting.
I'm your host and producer, Dan Roberts. This Shortwave Report is a 30-minute review of news and opinion heard on the shortwave radio and the internet in Northern California. Listening to international broadcast at home is quite easy. You just need a shortwave radio with a schedule of English language broadcast or a computer or smartphone with an internet connection. To help you with this, I'll announce times, frequencies, and website addresses at the conclusion of each series of stories. At the website for this show, that's www.outfarpress.com. You can listen to the past 5 shortwave reports, find advice for listening to shortwave at home, and find internet links for global news sources. Please check it out and tell a friend. In today's edition, you'll hear reports from NHK Japan, Radio Havana, Cuba, and Germany's Radio Deutsche Welle.
Hello and welcome to the review of the Turkish press. Star quotes President Erdogan. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan released a video on the occasion of Doctors' Day in Turkey.
Box 1162, Willits, California 95490. Please, if you find this program beneficial, help support my efforts. I'm grateful for a donation from a listener in Mendocino County, California. Many thanks. We will conclude with Germany's Radio Deutsche Welle.
It was installed in an ambulance that was modified for the occasion, and it was stationed in an isolated farming location some 5 miles from the BBC shortwave station at Daventry. At the time, the BBC operated 2 shortwave transmitters at 10 kilowatts each at Daventry, and the actual transmitter in use for this now historic experiment operated on 49.8 meters, 6025 kilohertz, under the call sign GFA with an open carrier. So secretive was this Daventry experiment that there were only 3 people on the ground who witnessed the event.
Thank you, Ray Robinson at KVOH in Los Angeles. We continue today to talk about the recent HFCC A21 Shortwave Coordination Conference with Jerry Plummer of WWCR in Nashville, Tennessee.
Africa, that's exactly what this is.
And the situation isn't all that great in South America, you can see, or even Mexico. And our friends in Greenland don't have a lot of internet access, apparently.
It does.
Jerry Plummer of WWCR in Tennessee was talking with us about the HFCC A21 Shortwave Frequency Planning Conference. And there's a lot more about that to come on future Wavescans. But right now, let's go to Henry Umatai in the Philippines with his DX report for March.
Hello everyone, to the dear Shortwave listeners, wherever you are. Send us your comments, suggestions, reception lines, and informations to filipinasdx@yahoo.com. That's PILIPINASDX for filipinasdx@yahoo.com. This has been Henry Umaday for Wavescan in Bacolod City, Negros Occidental, Central Philippines. Mabuhay at maraming salamat.
Thank you very much, Henry. And now from the AWR Frequency Management Office in Germany, we have the new frequency schedule for AWR Wavescan broadcasts beginning for the new season, the 821 season, which starts on March 28th and goes until October 30th of this year. These are all on Sunday, of course, and you can hear Wavescan from Yerevan at 1600 UTC. This beam towards southern India on 9490 kilohertz. From Madagascar at the same time, 1600 UTC, beamed towards central India on 15605 kilohertz. From now in Germany at 1530 UTC towards Nepal and Tibet on 15670 kilohertz. From KSDA in Guam, using the Wavescan at 2200 UTC towards western Indonesia on 12040 kilohertz. And from Trincomalee, Sri Lanka at 1530 UTC towards central India on 11960 kilohertz. The new schedule for Wavescan from AWR relays beginning on March 28th. Thanks for listening to Wavescan, the international DX program from Adventist World Radio, researched and written in Indianapolis by Adrian Peterson. We leave you with music of Giacomo Meyerbeer, who lived from 1791 to 1864. This is his March from the Prophet. Next week on Wavescan, the early wireless scene in Brazil, Australian shortwave call sign VLU, and our Bangladesh DX report. We have several QSL cards available for Wavescan. Send your AWR and KSDA reception reports for the program to the AWR address in Thailand. Stay tuned for that. And also to the station your radio is tuned to, WRMI or WWCR or KVOH or Voice of Hope Africa or IRRS Italy, or to the AWR relay stations that carry Wavescan. Remember, too, you can send a reception report to the DX reporters when their segment is on the air here in the program. They will also verify with their own colorful QSL card. Return postage and an address label are always appreciated. The email address.
This is IRRS Shortwave, the Italian radio relay service in Milan, Italy, signing off. IRRS and Nexus are pleased to receive reception reports, and we encourage your comments on our programs. To receive a special numbered QSL card, please address your correspondence to Nexus, IRRS, P.O. Box 10980 in 20110, Milano, Italy. That's Nexus, IRRS, P.O. Box 10980 in 20110, Milano, Italy. This is IRRS Shortwave in Milano, signing off.
State ascoltando Radio Romania Internazionale.
Thailand travel selection with the Ministry of Tourism and Sports and the Tourism Authority of Thailand.
A one-of-a-kind experience has come into port at Overtake the Riverfront. Thailand Travel Selection boards one of the most captivating venues on the River of Kings, the Sirit Mahanop. a loving replica of a King Rama V era Royal Thai Navy ship that played a seminal role in bridging Siam and the West.
おみくじだよ。
どうやってするんですか？
箱を振ってみて。
3番です。
はい、どうぞ。
あ、大吉だ。
大吉？どういう意味ですか？
Host of Music Time in Africa. Join me every Saturday and Sunday for an hour of African music. Like to stay on top of new music trends? Breakout artists? New releases? Maybe you just love the classic style. Heritage of the past. Or simply the sound and feel of a good beat. Whatever your pleasure, you can get it every week right here on Music Time in Africa. So join us at your local FM station Saturdays and Sundays at 1500 and 2000 UTC.
Hi, I'm Helen Maroulis, Olympic champion for Team USA, and you're listening to the Sunny Side of Sports on the Voice of America.
Now let's go to the northern region of Ghana.
Bir yetenek yarışması neticesinde ülkemizde müzik dünyasında yer almaya başlayan İlyas Yalçıntaş, İncir adlı şarkısıyla 2016 yılından programımıza katılıyor. Endo Orkestrası'yla birlikte seslendirdiği bu güzel şarkısıyla İlyas Yalçıntaş'ı programımızda misafir ediyoruz.
Bu tozlu meltem mi böyle?
And that was the news brought to you by the Voice of Turkey.
And now, review of the Turkish press. Star 6 President Recep Tayyip Erdogan shared a video message to celebrate the March 14 National Doctors' Day. And now, a look at the foreign media. El Raya Al Qataria says, with the coordination of Qatar, Istanbul will host a meeting in Afghanistan next month.
That's the news. I'm Winju.
Studio Plus, a feast of news, culture, and views. All right, let's go. Tune in to meet some fascinating people, share their stories.
China is one of the great creative countries.
Old Beijing style.
Exclusively Chinese musicals.
Studio Plus, something fresh. Something fun. Something more. Studio Plus. Studio Plus.
Hello and welcome to Studio Plus, coming to you live from Beijing. I'm Li Ningjing. With me is Liu Min.
Hello everybody. Hello Ningjing.
Hello Liu Min.
I'm Lydia O'Kane.
An earthquake struck off the coast of northeastern Japan today.
For this edition of Issues in the News, thanks to our panelists, Linda Feldman, Washington Bureau Chief for the Christian Science Monitor, and Emily Tamkin, U.S. Editor for the New Statesman. This program is produced by the Voice of America. I'm Dan Levine.
From VOA, Press Conference USA. Here is your host, Carol Castiel.
Welcome to Press Conference USA on the Voice of America. I'm Kim Lewis, host of this edition of PC USA. March is the month that the international community recognizes and honors women by celebrating Women's History Month and International Women's Day. Voice of America. Our guest is Gina Abercrombie Winstanley, former U.S. Ambassador to Malta. Also joining me on the panel is my colleague, Patsy Wittes-Kuzwara, VOA Senior White House Correspondent. I'm Kim Lewis. This is a reminder that our Press Conference USA podcast is available for free download on our website at voanews.com/PCUSA. You may also follow us on Twitter or connect with us on Facebook. I'm Carol Castiel, VOA. If you would like to hear your name on the air, please send an email to pcusa@voanews.com or like us and leave a comment on Facebook. Now back to our program. So I wanted to go talk about just a little bit about the work you were doing in Saudi Arabia.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Today is Saturday, 20th day of March 2018. This is the Voice of Turkey and you're listening to the news. Germany's president confers Turkish scientists Uğur Şahin and Özlem Türeci with the country's highest award on Friday for inventing the world's first effective vaccine against COVID-19.
How are you, Brother Star? I heard you speaking about Social Security and you said you didn't know why they called it.
We're not going to go through that one again. Oh, boy. Social Security, all of these things were a prelude to socialism, which is the Western concept of communism. I wonder if you understood that.
And it's where the for Saturday, March 20th, 2021. Our next news hour is at midday today. But you can catch Video Thailand's early news for updates around the clock. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Benjamin Brooks-Overton, Swadikap, and I'm Katan Wavescan, Swadikap. Live from the Public Relations Department of the Royal Thai Government, News Hour.
Per E-Mail an ger@cri.com.cn. Hörer, die uns faxen wollen, wählen bitte nur 086 für China, 10 für Beijing und die Durchwahl 68 89 20 53. Unsere Anschrift in Deutschland, Gürtelstraße 32b 10247 Berlin. Auf Wiederhören.
This is Scotland Radio on 6095. As the internet starts, this is Scotland 6095 kilohertz. Wat at 6270. If you are confused, www.radioscotland.nl /radio.scotland.nl.
Military 1 times Net 3 information broadcast. Slavic at 1930. 180 degrees, 26 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Cloud. Overcast 1,500 feet. Temperature 7. Dew point 5. QM8 times 97.
All in together now. We can make it better now. Can we do it? We won't be up. We'll roll it out, roll it out. We'll cut it down, cut it down.
Just moving a little and eating better every day can help make you
kids healthier. Search We Can online to find doable tips and activities that you can use every day. That's We Can. The Ad Council, HHS, and NIH's We Can program.
The Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation seeks to build disaster resilience. Key to the National Plan for Disaster Prevention is public awareness. By knowing how to respond to disasters, official guidelines, and how to use the tools provided by response agencies, all in Thailand can feel assured in its international safety standard. Be ready, be rehearsed, know how to stay safe.
Initiatives for the people, like Altruistic Heart, We Love Doing Good, His Majesty King put into practice the message he delivered upon ascending the throne, that he would better the lives of his people and allow them to better one another. Fostering compassion, His Majesty the King is the heart of the kingdom.
Thailand Magazine.
Traveling can be exhausting. The weight of one's backpack takes its toll, and sometimes even sleep can enough to take the edge off. Fret not, weary traveler, as Thailand is home to some of the best massage parlors in the world. Traditional Thai massages are hands down one of the best things to look forward to when traveling through the land of smiles. They're affordable, incredibly relaxing, and an experience you don't want to miss. For most Thai massages, you'll be provided with loose-fitting clothing before being led to a changing room or bathroom. Thai massages focus on circulation and pressure, promoting internal health and muscular flexibility. Treatment often begins with the feet and gradually moves up towards the head. A Thai massage may feel exciting, but once it's over, you'll clearly understand its effectiveness as your whole body feels a refreshing rush of energy. Once the session is over, you'll definitely be looking forward to your next traditional Thai massage.
You're listening to Radio Thailand News.
Radio Thailand's news broadcast from the Public Relations Department of the Royal Thai Government on AM 918, FM 88, FM 95.5 and FM 107. Advertising inquiries, please email us at radiothailand@outlook.com.
Do you know that cutting out carbohydrates from your diet will help you lose weight? A recent study found that bread is not associated with obesity. In fact, the study found that those who were obese actually ate less bread, especially whole grain bread. Carbohydrates, including bread, are essential to the diet and should not be cut out completely for those seeking to manage their weight. Scientists suggest that diet should contain a third of complex carbohydrates, such as bread, rice, potatoes, and pasta. Despite this, a survey showed that only 20% of total food purchases around the world are made up of complex carbohydrates, which can be found in whole grain bread, brown rice, and potatoes.
That's where we wrap up the morning news hour for Sunday, March 21st, 2021. Our next news hour is at midday today, but you can catch Radio Thailand's Hour News for updates around the clock. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Wavescan จนาถ โกมล สวัสดีค่ะนามชวรัตน์ จิรนนท์ สวัสดีค่ะ
Live from the Public Relations Department of the Royal Thai Government, that was News Hour.
Leave us a message.
That's 202-205-9942. The U.S. country code is 1.
Thanks for tuning in.
Join us again next Monday at 17:30 UTC for an exciting edition of Let's Talk. Our topic next week will be education. Is it changing at the moment? Don't forget to tune in Tuesdays for our discussion program, Health Chat. Host Lino Madu and her guest position discuss a health issue of interest to you. That's Health Chat, Tuesdays at 17:30 University time, right here on the Africa Service of the Voice of America. From Washington, this is Sunday Shomari. See you next Monday.
This is VOA News via remote. I'm Liz Palka. Britain and the United States say they have taken joint action with the European Union and Canada to impose sanctions on senior Chinese officials.
So we went through the whole last solar cycle with the help of millions of ionospheric data from an ionosome and converted into easy-to-understand diagrams answering some vital questions, such as how is the solar cycle?
You're listening to a transmission broadcast for the facilities of IRRS, the Italian Radio Relay Service. To correspond with any of the broadcasters you hear, you may address your correspondence to IRRS, P.O. Box 10980 in 20110, Milano, Italy. That's IRRS, P.O. Box 10980 in 20110, Milano, Italy.
Feature Story News in Washington. I'm Simon Marks. The stage is set for the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine to seek emergency authorization for use in the United States after a trial.
選為宣傳推廣曲，由於歌曲旋律溫婉動聽，被中國國內多位年輕歌手爭相翻唱，從而風靡全國。
Time for a good rest. Picking up a comb, I said, I'm going to do it really slowly this time, Comrade Chairman, so you can catch up on some sleep. Those were the days when Mao's hair was thick, strong, jet black and lustrous. As the comb moved across his scalp from the front to the back, his hair rose abundantly as it slid between its teeth. I was admiring the jet black hair as it rose and fell with the movement of the comb, when something gleaming attracted my attention. I bent over and once more ran the comb through the hair at the temple, examining it carefully, and then I let out a cry. Hi-ya, Comrade Chairman. Your hair started graying.
And that was part 7 of Mao Zedong, Men, Not God. Written by Chuan Yanshi, narrated by Ian Reid, and brought to you on China Radio International. Join us next time in A Light on Literature, where Li Yinchao recounts Mao's temper tantrums when he is deprived of sleep. If you missed anything, be sure to check out our website at www.crienglish.com and click on the link for A Light on Literature.
我要学汉语 I want to learn Chinese.
其实并不难 It can be fun.
欢乐汉语 Chinese Studio.
We're learning all about driving this week on Chinese Studio. Welcome to the show, everyone. 我是 Cam.
我是亚杰. Cam, do you know how to fix your car?
Yes, including World of Radio 2079. With a standard inviting you to hear me again next week.
This is WRMI, Okeechobee, Florida.
Somewhere in the ionosphere, Shortwave Radio Show, presented by Kim Andrew Elliott.
Welcome to program 197 of Shortwave Radiogram. I'm Kim Andrew Elliott in Arlington, Virginia, USA. On shortwave radiogram, we transmit digital text and images on an analog shortwave broadcast transmitter. For more information about our project, visit swradiogram.net. That's swradiogram.net. On today's program, text in MFSK 32 and MFSK 64. Shortwave radiogram schedule information in FL message format. News about atomic clocks that measure time even more precisely. A European space mission to use navigation satellites around Earth for location finding on the moon, and our images of the week. First, the program preview in MFSK 32. That's MFSK 32.
News. From Washington, VOA presents Issues in the News. Welcome to Issues in the News. Joining me on the panel this week are Catherine Gibson, VOA congressional correspondent, and Patsy Witta-Kuzwara, senior White House correspondent. And here are the issues.
You cannot believe lies and make it into the heaven. So it's good to know your Bible and to know the truth and what's really going on.
Okay, so God never has released something on me. We heard the guy.
This is the Voice of Turkey. This is the Voice of Turkey's English language transmission, broadcasting from Ankara in the 49-meter band between 1930 and 2030 UTC on 6050 kHz to Europe, between 2130 and 2230 UTC in the 31-meter band on 9610 kHz to South Asia and Australia, between 2300 and 0000 UTC in the 49-meter band and on 5960 kHz to Europe, Eastern USA and Canada, and in the 31-meter band on 9660 kHz between 1730 and 1830 UTC to Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan. The Voice of Turkey is also beamed between 0400 and 0500 UTC in the 49-meter band and on 6125 kHz to Europe, the USA, Eastern Canada and Cuba, between 0400 and 0500 UTC in the 41-meter band on 7240 kHz to Iraq, Syria, Iran and the Arabian Peninsula. You can listen to us over the Turksat 3A and 4A satellites and on the internet at www.trt.net.tr through the Voice of Turkey link. Please note that transmissions broadcast between 2300 and 0000 UTC and between 0400 and 0500 UTC have been pre-recorded. Our email address is english@trt.net.tr.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Today is Saturday, 27th day of March 2021. This is the Voice of Turkey and you're listening to the news. Myanmar has seen the most violent crackdown on pro-democracy protesters on Saturday when the ruling military regime put in a show of its strength on its annual Armed Forces Day.
Suara Radio Turki.
Sudah Radio Turki.
こちらはトルコの声ラジオ日本語です。
Esta é a Rádio Voz da Turquia.
Zborova Radio Glas na Turquia. Efirde Türkiye Sadası. Turugorsak Honda Radyo'yla. Türkiye Radyosu. Burası Türkiye'nin sesi radyosu.
Greetings to all the listeners of Radio Delta International. It's great that nowadays, in the era of the internet and digital wireless communications, we still have opportunity to listen to analog transmissions on shortwave bands, including great music and live broadcasts on Radio Delta International.
Hallo, liebe Zuhörer im 49 Meter Band. Herzlich grüßt die Community und Betreiber von Radio Delta International. Meine besten Grüße gehen an den genialen Sender auf 4020 kHz, 49
Greetings from the Netherlands. And our address for the details, www.radioscotland.nl, where all the reception reports. I have a real user card.
Thanks for listening, and hope to meet you next time somewhere on the free airwaves.
IRRS.
Wussten Sie, dass die meisten Astronauten auch Funkamateure sind? Knapp 20 Minuten hatten Eugen Dupre, Delta Kilo 8 Victor Romeo, Vorsitzender im Distrikt Saar, und Radio DARC-Mitarbeiter Dieter Lorich, Delta Kilo 4 X-Ray Whisky Gelegenheit, ein exklusives Videointerview mit einem solchen zu führen. Die Rede ist von dem ESA-Astronauten Matthias Maurer. Maurer, der aus dem saarländischen Landkreis St. Wendel stammt, ist promovierter Werkstoffwissenschaftler und seit Juli 2020 auch Funkamateur mit dem amerikanischen Rufzeichen Kilo India 5 Kilo Foxtrot Hotel. Gemeinsam mit 3 weiteren Astronauten wird der 51-Jährige im Herbst 2021 mit einer SpaceX-Rakete zur internationalen Weltraumstation ISS starten.
On the 49-meter band, the email address is @hotmail.com.
Ja, morgen de binnenkomt, hè. Radio door Veenheimen. Als het weer beter wordt, dan wordt naar...
She was afraid to come out of the lock.
Radio City, of course, was primarily, other than Radio Essex, which became DBMS, Radio City was very much a local radio station.
Welcome to Wavescan, program from Adventist World Radio. Research and Radio Indianapolis by Dr. Adrian Peterson. Studios of WRMI Shortwave in Okeechobee, Florida. I'm Jeff White. This is edition NWS 631 for release on Sunday, March 28th, 2021. Today on Wavescan, Moonbounce Radio, Part 2. What is Radio Erica? And the Australian DX Radio. 2 weeks back here in Wavescan, we presented the story of Moonbounce Radio from the European perspective. And this week we focus our attention on the American initiative. are using the moon as a passive reflector of radio signals from planet Earth.
Hier ist die Stimme der Türkei.
Liebe Hörerinnen und Hörer, hier ist der Kurzwellensender Die Stimme der Türkei. Heute ist Mittwoch, der 31. März 2021.